tonight I'm cooking chicken marsala in the Instant Pot. And one of the reasons I love to use the Instant Pot, especially on hot days, is because it doesn't heat up the whole kitchen and I'm not standing over the stove for a really long time. When I first started making this recipe, then I bought the wine that's like in the cooking section in the store, and then I read, don't ever do that, not especially for marsala chicken. You want the real deal marsala wine. I love cooking with wine, and sometimes I even put it in the food. Isn't it? I just bought this today, by the way. Ever since that fateful day when I cleaned out our pantry and I noticed I had so many expired products. It's getting hot now, so I'm going to go ahead and put the first batch of chicken in. We're on the right track now. Okay, now I'm going to add all these yummy mushrooms. Get those all in there. That looks like a lot of mushrooms, and it is. Next, I'm going to add our chicken broth and the Marsala wine. There we go. I'm going to add that chicken back in. Just set it right on top of all of these mushrooms. I like to put the thicker pieces in first. Okay, this is always my most challenging part, is getting the lid on. This little guy reminds me of R2-D2. Okay, so the lid's on. The most important part is to seal. Lock the seal in. You gotta turn it all around and make sure that's sealed. If you don't, it's not gonna work. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and hit pressure cook, and we're gonna put it on 8 minutes. Now, it's gonna take a little while for the pressure to build, but once it's ready, that timer will kick in and it will cook for 8 minutes. Here we go. Now it's gonna start building pressure. It's gonna cook for 8 minutes. Okay, now R2-D2 has cooked this for 8 minutes, and we're gonna do what they call a quick release. That's letting all that pressure escape. Woo! Here we go. Good deal. Now, I'm gonna take the chicken on yet another clean plate, because that's how I am with chicken. And as it heats up, I'm making a slurry with cold water and cornstarch. 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1.5 tablespoons of cold water. I'm gonna mix this all up. And you can see, if you look in the pot, it's starting to boil because it's getting nice and hot, and that's what we want. And the trick, and it's important to use cold water in the slurry, I've learned. Now that the liquid is all boiling, is to add the slurry little by little and mix, because we don't want it to bunch up. And this will thicken the sauce, is what it'll do. And look at all those mushrooms, and the sauce looks so good. I'm gonna let this cook for just a couple of minutes and get nice and thick. And look how much the mushrooms have all cooked down. There's all this nice sauce in there. My husband loves a lot of gravy or sauce, so he'll like this. Okay, I think we're about there. So now I'm gonna add this chicken all back in to coat it. And this is great because you can cook this ahead of time, a little ahead of time, and get these steps all done. Easy peasy, as they say. I love induction cooking. It doesn't take any time at all for a huge pot of water to begin to boil. Chicken Marsala. And I know my husband loves extra sauce and gravy. So let's go ahead and put some of these extra mushrooms and gravy on this plate for him.